Hello and welcome to Connecting Bites,
where we show you dope places to travel and eat, especially for vegetarians.
And this time we're taking you to Prague.
Drop the intro. We visited Prague in December for Christmas, and it was cold. Let's just start there. It was cold.
Understatement of the year.
Yes.
It was freezing. So make sure you bring a jacket. Make sure you bring a sweater.
Socks.
Bring a scarf.
Long johns.
Gloves. Whatever you got in your arsenal for winter gear, bring all of it because you will need it.
And so once you get around how cold it is, there's absolutely no need to spend any money, waste any money renting a car. You can use public transportation for absolutely everything. You need two things, and that is the metro and the tram.
I'm gonna say the third thing, baby.
What's the third thing?
Some good shoes.
Yep.
You need
I can't argue with that.
shows or whatever else because you're gonna do a lot of walking. Yeah. But it's okay. Get those steps in.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so just get you a Metro card, and you can get them for multiple days. We were there for a week, and that gets you everywhere that you need to go. So public transportation is super efficient. Use that. Airbnb is your friend. Again, we had such a lovely, quaint, cozy Airbnb. It was central to town. It was actually right next to Wenceslas Square. So we were in walking distance to literally everything. So we would literally walk out of our Airbnb and either get on the metro, get on the tram, or just not even get on the metro or tram and just walk. So yeah, getting around Prague is really easy.
One of the reasons we decided to go to Prague for Christmas is because they are famous for their Christmas markets.
Yes.
If you're gonna go to the Christmas markets, we highly suggest that you go earlier in the morning to beat the crowd because they will be there.
Shoulder to shoulder.
But once you get there, you'll see there's so many vendors, all these booths, and it's just dripping in Christmas, which I absolutely love. So, and you have drinks, it puts you in the holiday spirit, which we definitely seek since we're not home. So
yeah, and be sure to check out some of those back alleys and some of those areas that are a little bit farther away from the city center, because those are the markets where you're gonna find some better deals. If you stick to the touristy spots, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for anything that you're trying to get. But if you venture outside of the city center, go to some of those back alleys and some of those Christmas markets, that's where you'll find your better deals. We really, really love to take pictures. And for you Instagrammers out there, one of the best views of the city, one of the best panoramic views is at the top of Powder Tower. It's really cheap to go up. So make sure you stop by, and it won't take you long at all. Those steps are steep though. Going up that tower, it's steep and vertical.
So beware for my fellow bad knees. All those of you who have bad knees, just beware.
And it's the wide steps too. And it's like those wide steps where you looking like you're doing lunges. Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing. You're doing lunges the whole way. So make sure you check out Powder Tower.
Once you get to the top, it's worth it.
It is.
Workout and views all in one. So there you go. One of the vegetarian restaurants we wanted to shout out was Estrella, or Australia, whichever one. The link is
Don't judge.
below.
Don't
so
judge.
Say however you want to say it.
Don't you judge.
But either way, the food is great. It was a very intimate setting, very quaint place that you find while you're walking along one of those alleyways we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just overall, nice people, nice environment, and great food. So check out Australia.
Don't judge. One of the more interesting experiences we had was the opportunity to check out a show from Prague National Theater. And they have many different venues, but the one that we saw was Hansel and Gretel. And it was interesting. It was interesting. It was a musical. And interesting. Yeah, it was.
Trippy.
Eclectic. That's what it was. Eclectic.
SAT word.
Yeah.
SAT word.
It's all in Czech, of course. So it's actually really easy to follow along though, because they have the English subtitles right above the stage. So it's simple to follow along. But it's a super cool theater. And we did have a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Public transportation, once again, is your friend, took us right there in front of the theater. So it was really awesome. So check out a show from the Prague National Theater.
Another fabulous vegetarian vegan restaurant we got a chance to experience was called Moment Cafe.
Good.
It was really great. We went there. It was so nice. We had to go back twice. Okay, we went for Christmas Eve dinner, and then we turned right back around and we went Christmas morning for breakfast. And that was the first time I think we ever had the chickpea flour omelet. That was banging.
And using that chickpea flour. Gotta love it.
Gotta check out Moment. They have a great selection. And again, just cool vibes. So check them out.
And public transportation drops you right there. There's a park it's across the street from a park, and public transportation drops you right there at that park. Can't miss it. It's a little bit further outside of the city center. But yeah, Moment Cafe, man. Can't go wrong. So one of the most crowded places in Prague is definitely gonna be Old Town Square, but it is so worth it, especially if you're going during Christmas.
Yeah.
That is where all of your Christmas vibes are, all of your Christmas spirit. It's really, really dope. So when you get there, and you haven't seen a picture of Prague without a picture of Old Town Square. It's where the clock is, it's where the big cathedral is. And they had all of these booths set up, booths on booths on booths. Great food. They had a stage set up where they were doing community theater was set up there doing plays in Czech. It was so nice, man. So definitely check out Old Town Square. And if you're going during Christmas, that is the place to be. One morning, I had the bright idea to get up really early. And she was not here for it.
Things I do.
She was not here for it. She was not here for it at all.
It was the butt crack of dawn.
It was.
But I did it for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But man, let me tell you how cold it was. My feet were frozen. We had to stop at a cafe along the way for my feet and my hands to thaw out. It was so cold. But it was so worth it because you can't come to Prague without going to Prague Castle. And along the way, you're going to want to cross Charles Bridge. And you want to do Charles Bridge early in the morning before those crowds get there. It gets so crowded on this bridge. So you want to do it early in the morning. We took public transportation to Charles Bridge and we just walked up to Prague Castle. And it was so worth it because you get to go up the winding streets and those picturesque European photo ops. That's the kind of stuff that you want. And once you get there and you're on your way back down, you definitely want to get what is, in our opinion, one of the best views of Prague. And that is over by the Starbucks. There's a Starbucks right at the top. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it's out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. And it's right there at the top next to Prague Castle. And by that Starbucks is probably one of the most iconic views of Prague. So when you cross Charles Bridge, go up to Prague Castle, leaving, stop by for the view, especially you Instagrammers out there. You do not want to miss this.
Speaking of capturing great views, you definitely want to hit up LETNA Park. It is very picturesque. It is right along the river, and it gives you just optimal European feels. So if you want to get that iconic, Prague-esque photo, this is where you want to go. And it also has great walking trails for you to stroll along with your lovely...
Right along the river, right along that river.
So check out LETNA Park.
We like to shop. And
some more than others.
Yeah. We went to Palladium Mall, which is the mall right at the city center. And we were cold, we were hungry, and we were running out of time. We didn't want to go too far, so we decided to eat at the mall. And let me tell you, Mexico was a pleasant surprise. It was a pleasant surprise. And it's kind of strange the way it's set up because it's a Mexican restaurant with an Indian restaurant right next to it. And it's the same company. And it was just kind of strange. But man, the food is so good. They had a veggie burger and they also had some bussin' tacos, multiple vegetarian options. And so...
I want some nachos right now. If you're looking for something else to do, you can also visit the Prague Zoo. They had a nice aviary section. They had a plethora of animals. And it's just something that was kind of fun and cool to do.
Yeah. And it was the only thing open on Christmas Day. Well, one of them was open
It
on
was.
Christmas Day. And public transportation takes you right at the gate. Right at the gate.
Matria.
Ooh.
You're doing it right over there. Matria is probably one of the best vegan vegetarian restaurants we went to while we were in Prague.
Mm-hmm.
It just overall it was a vibe. Let's just say it was a
It
whole
was.
mood.
It was a mood.
The food was awesome. Customer service was awesome. The environment was awesome. It just overall, we
And you had to
enjoyed
go
it.
downstairs.
Oh yeah, you had to go downstairs. It was like dimly lit.
Yeah. No lights. You finna trip over all the tables.
But it was good though. It was the mood. It was very mood.
Oh, that
setting,
wasn't negative.
Okay?
That wasn't
It
negative.
was
That
very
wasn't negative
mood
at all.
setting. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the food was great. I think Babe had the burger.
Yeah, the Matria burger. It's a staple.
And I can't remember what I had, but I know
Quesadilla.
it was good.
Quesadilla. It was so good though.
So check out Matria. It's a vibe.
This is by no means a comprehensive list. We couldn't possibly show you everything there is to do and all the places there are to eat for vegan vegetarians in Prague. It's just impossible. If we missed anything, be sure to put it in the comments below. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Please do that.
Share,
Do
subscribe
that.
in
Yeah.
that order.
And then after you do that, come back and check us out because next time we're gonna take you to, we don't know yet. You gotta come back.
See you next time.